Welcome to the Apply Pressure Podcast with yours truly, Transformer Chris. Here, we dig deep and go beyond the surface, uncover what's hidden, talk straight, no fluff, share secrets, give advice, and keep it all the way real regarding life. Listen, sis, I know you be busy doing what you do, but child boo, I really need to talk to you. There's a race that is given to every man to see through from the moment that they are born. And that race was custom made to fit your lifestyle. It is a blueprint that was mapped out for you to follow, and it doesn't look like the instructions that anyone else is given. Your life manual was designed to benefit your life purpose and your very own destiny. It's your job to figure out what those instructions are and then be adamant about following them through to the T. Because if you spend all of your time and energy trying to make your custom lifestyle look and appear like someone else's, you will literally exhaust yourself. You have to figure out what God has specifically put you on this earth to do and what you are most passionate about, and then pursue it with your whole heart. That dash that's between the date that we are born and the date that we die marks your journey in time. That journey is considered your race. Now ask yourself, what does your race entail? What does your race consist of? One of the most important things that you can do regarding your own personal race is set a pace that works best for you. Stop trying to always do things in someone else's time frame. Stop trying to compete with people. Your race will determine your efficiency level, because you can only be as efficient as the amount of energy that you have to work with. So with that in mind, you need to learn a difference in time frames when you're operating. There is a time for everything. There is a season for everything. So you have to be discerning enough to know when it's your time to work and when it's your time to work hard, to grind, to hustle, as well as pay attention to when it's your time to rest. That's just as important, guys. When you can just sit back and reflect a bit and unwind and regroup. Know when it's your time to seek God for new downloads. What's next? For what's to come. Sometimes we are supposed to work the vision, yes. But other times, we are to sit back and receive the vision. The vision will evolve over time. You are not given the whole thing up front. Stop holding on to yesterday's vision so tight that you're literally strangling and stopping the unveiling of its fullness, of its potential. The vision is supposed to unfold itself over time into something bigger and something greater. You know how we can see something from a distance, but the closer you get to it, the better your vision become, because it improves as you actually get in the vicinity of it. That's when all of the details are exposed, right? A lot of us are scared to make new moves and to do different things, but what you don't realize is that it's all a part of the original vision. You just couldn't see clearly when you were far off. You had an idea, you saw bits and pieces, but now that you're up close and personal, you can get a full glimpse of the graphic details and the fine, tuning that went into this vision, what it actually requires. And you realize that you may have mistaken a few things from a distance. You see that it's a lot more to it than you probably realized upon first glance. But it's still possible. It's still doable. Don't always look at change as a bad thing. Sometimes change simply means expansion and growth. In order for you to truly run your race, you have to live your truth without filter. Completely understanding that it's going to come with highs and lows, yes. It comes with ins and outs. But even so, it's still all a part of the process. Your style of dress tells your story. Your choice of friends tells your story. Your actions, your demeanor, your attitude all reflect a piece of who you are on the inside. There will always be outside opinions and suggestions regarding who you are. And it's okay to consider them for your own self-improvement, but never let it take away from who you were created to be. There's this saying that I heard and I absolutely love it. It says that people have a way of burning down a schoolhouse after they've already graduated. Meaning that they went through their process and their various stages of life to finally arrive to this place of maturity and development. But then they leave those who come behind them no real opportunity for learning lessons or room for trial and error or grace to grow and climb that same ladder of success for themselves. There is a reason why God gives us all grace and mercy, and it's because He understands that life is a learning process. In order for us to have any real knowledge and understanding, we have to experience challenges. So why beat yourself up in a process that's designed to pull the best out of you? Let go of the shame of not knowing, because shame is actually a trick of the enemy to stop you from figuring things out. It makes you hide and not want to be seen. We all have to figure this thing out as we go. No one can expect you to have it all together because no one is perfect. We all learn from encounters and we teach from experience. All of our battles may not be the same, but we all do have to fight them. So know that you are not alone. I know sometimes it feels like you're the only one that doesn't have it all figured out, but that's only because everyone else hides their flaws and their shortcomings. The truth of the matter is, we are all running this thing together, but only a few of us will see the race through to the end. If you desire at all to be amongst that few that makes it to the finish line without giving up, you're going to need endurance to weather the storms and to climb mountains and ride waves, because all of that is along the journey. So whenever you feel like the going is getting tough and everything around you tries to break your stride, turn off the distractions and look to the light at the end of the tunnel. That's where your hope is. Worry about yourself and where you're going and stop allowing distractions to throw you off course. All throughout life, you will run into hiccups. It's no way around it. You're going to experience some roadblocks and you will come up against some setbacks and turbulence. It's what you do in those moments that determines whether or not you have what it takes to reach your destination. Will you be the one that stop in your tracks and just decide to settle where you are? Will you tuck your tail and run every time there's a problem or things don't go the way that you expected? Or do you have it in you to persevere no matter what? Like, dig deep. Will you always be willing to make a way out of no way? Because many roads will lead you to where you're going. You just have to find the directions best suitable for you based off of where you are at the time. Be true with yourself. Identify what's going on around you, the obstacles that's in your way. Sometimes in life, you have to follow the detour, and that's okay, as long as you keep moving. And what does those detours look like? Well, they look like a lot of different things. Sometimes they show up in the form of heartache and trauma. Those things stop people in their tracks. Other times it's weariness and failure, feeling like you just can't go any further. Your roadblock may look like judgment and haters or even insecurities, doubt or shame. But what I want you to understand is no matter what it looks like, there's always a way around it. You just need to find it. If we could only learn to change our perspective about the things that we encounter on a day-to-day basis, from always being a negative point of view. Like, get away from the woe is me mentality. It does you no good. Instead, see what you're learning and gaining throughout every test and trial. How much stronger you become with all that you endure. The confidence that you develop by doing it anyhow. It's all shaping and molding you into becoming who you need to be when you finally do reach your destination. Because guess what? Not just anyone can show up at that place and thrive there. You have to stand a test of time. You have to have what it takes to maintain the blessings that have your name on it. And guess what? It takes intense training for you to become that person. So be encouraged, and the next time that someone questions or the next time that you yourself question why you have to endure all that you had to go through, remind them and remind yourself that to whom much is given, much is required. So when you're purposed for greatness, when there's a setup waiting for you at the end that's better than anything that you can ask, think, or imagine, then yes, my good friends, it does take all that. Okay, ladies, that's it for this week's episode. Thank you all for tuning in. Make sure you stay caught up and don't miss out on what's next. If you're enjoying this atmosphere, be sure to go and leave your girl a review. That way this platform can continue to evolve and build a strong network of empowered women of purpose. Until next time, hop over to my website. Make sure you subscribe and capture all the latest products and free giveaways by visiting www.crystalmetellus.com. Also, connect with me on social media @crystalmetellus. Talk to you later, sis.